Hi, this is Alex from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is Elf, A Day at the Fair from 1987, so let's get started. Elf, the furry alien who lived with the Turner family, came into the kitchen one morning. Guess what, Elf said. Kate, today is Brian's birthday. I'm giving him this record. This is what I'm giving him, said Willie, bouncing a gleaming new basketball on the table. Well, I knitted a sweater for him, said. I hope it fits. Yo, we have a problem, said Alf. I don't have a present for Brian. Where can I get one? Oh, Alf, I'm sorry, said Willie. We was busy thinking about our present for Brian and we forgot to ask you what you want to give him. I hope you don't feel too bad. Hey, no problem, answered Alf gloomily. Poor Alf sighed. I know what. Why don't we get him? Why don't we take him with us to the fair this afternoon? Well, said Willie. What will people think when they see him? Well, said Kate. We'll just have to disguise him carefully. That's all. Great, I feel better already, said Alf. Let's eat. Alf and the tanner arrived at the fairground. Alf and Brian were excited by all the sights and sounds. Willie gave Brian and Elf each a dollar to spend. And what does a dollar buy these days? Elf complained to himself. A blimp floated gracefully overhead. Alf watched it for a while. When he stopped watching the blimp, he looked around. He was alone. The tanner was nowhere in sight. Yike, Elf said bravely. I'm on my own. But he looked around anyway, hoping to see one of the tanner pop out of the crowd. Suddenly, Elf had an idea. I can use my dollar to win a present for Brian. So Elf tossed rings to win a prize. Next, he threw darts. Then he aimed at bottles. But he didn't win anything. Those games are for people with 5 fingers, he grumbled. Elf heard something yelling at him. A big man stood by a change machine. He pointed to Elf. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Win the grand prize. Test your change. Straight right up, fellow, he said to Elf. All you have to do is hit this change machine with the mallet and ring the bell. Then you win a fabulous prize. Elf stepped up to the machine. People quickly gathered around to watch. There goes another fool, someone muttered. Elf grabbed the mallet, raised it over his head, and brought it down with a mighty blow, and the machine bell rung loudly. Everyone in the crowd looked surprised. It was nothing, said Elf, modestly. All those push-ups I did on Malmex paid off. Alf won in an enormous teddy bear. Oh boy, Brian will really like this, he said, clutching the bear. Alf wandered through the fairground looking for the tanners. They were nowhere to be found. Finally, he decided to wait by the ring toss booth where he had last seen them. Alf was tired. He sat down next to the booth and fell asleep. A little girl was tossing rings. She won a prize. Choose your own, said the man who ran the booth. The girl looked around and saw Alf. I want that one, she explained. Sure, miss, said the man. Alf woke up suddenly. Someone was hugging him. Someone was trying to pick him up. Yo, Alf shook himself. The little girl screeched in surprise. Alf stared at her. Hey, he said happily. You remind me of someone I knew back on Melmac. The girl father started to argue with the man in the booth. The man in the booth was looking very oddly at the little Adrian. Oh, thought Alf. Should I scoot or what? Then, just in the nick of time, Alf heard a welcome sound. Alf yelled. Willie burst through the crowd. Brian, Kate, and was close behind them. Thank goodness, said Kate. We thought we'd never find you. Alf held out the teddy bear. This is for you, old buddy, he said to Brian. Happy birthday. I'm sorry I didn't have time to gift wrap it. Geez, thanks, said Brian. I always wanted a bear this big. I got hot and tired looking for you. Said, let's all go cool off on one of them rides. Great, said Willie. How about the merry-go-round or the Ferris wheel? Alf, what would you like to do? So that was Alf, A Day at the Fair from 1987. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. We have another video coming out real soon.